Now, scores of spaza shop owners have failed to meet yesterday's deadline to register their outlets. They've blamed this on system inefficiencies, which they say frustrated their efforts. But the government insists that there will not be another grace period. Newzroom Afrika's Silethiwe Ndlovu joins us live now from Durban. Silethiwe, one of the key elements to this is we wanted to get, or the government wanted to get, a whole host of people registered to ensure that this is done correctly. Cutting them off ultimately at this stage doesn't necessarily help that, but it seems like the sad case, and government isn't letting up, it seems.
Oh, quite right. We did hear from the Minister of Culture about how there will not be another extension after this one. And it, according to some of the spaza shop owners that we spoke to yesterday, it is quite unfortunate, especially because there are quite a number of challenges and quite a number of concerns that were raised throughout, yesterday's deadline. And some of those were system failures, where we were told that there's a number of centers where those spaza shop owners were registering, where they would find that the system was offline. At the Pinetown Civic Center, for example, we were told that at some point it was offline for 6 days, and unfortunately those different spaza shop owners in that area could not register. But also at the Embassy building and the Pinetown Civic Center yesterday, we heard another major issue, which was the issue of title deeds, where you find that a lot of spaza shop owners that live in informal settlements and spaza shop owners that live in rural areas, mostly on chief land, cannot seem to register because they do not have those title deeds. Now, we did go to the Verulam area, where there were a number of spaza shop owners in the month of December that also had issues of title deeds. And what they did there was that, those different spaza shop owners were told that they could then bring a councillor's letter that validates that they do in fact own that land where they live. And we were also told that prior to, going to the councillor and asking for that letter, they would then have to go to the police station, where they would, get an affidavit that states that, again, they do own that land that they are located on. The issue, Arabile, is that it seems as if that information perhaps was not told to the other centers where, for example, the Embassy building and the Pinetown Civic Center, we found quite a number of people that could not register because they did not have those title deeds that were required. So those are some of the challenges, that we encountered yesterday, and we are going to try and bring in those different spaza shop owners into the conversation to speak to us more about some of the challenges that hindered them from fully completing the registration process yesterday.
So where are the political parties now? Where are those that have been crying out to say that something must be done here? Now you don't want to get this done properly when you've had so many inefficiencies, when you've had system breaks happening so much? This is going to be very interesting. Silethiwe Ndlovu, thank you so much for that reporting then as well. It's going to be a very interesting one to see if government indeed doesn't back down from its initial claim that it will not be extending the deadline with regards to registering those spaza shops then.